Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Code Canvas. This channel is all about web development. Whether you are a beginner or experienced developer, you will find tutorials, tips, and latest trends in web development here. So, without delay, let's dive into today's video. Today, we are going to learn how to create a pure CSS gallery focus effect using CSS selector not. So, if you have observed in Netflix is one of the popular medium for movies and web series, right? So if you have observed, when you hover on any movie or any image other than that movie, or a thumbnail will be faded away, just like this. So this is really creative and very nice way to engage your users. This is possible in multiple ways. You can achieve this. One of the best solution is create simple JavaScript. You just need to add one class and remove the class based on user interaction and add opacity in that specific class. But do you know this is also possible using pure CSS? Yes, we can do that. So today we are going to learn how you can achieve this effect using pure CSS without JavaScript. So to do that, first of all, we will create three grids. So we will create UL with class grid. We will use grid here, and LI with class grid underscore child. So we will have three grid child here. First of all, in CSS, we will start creating grid display grid. All right. With display grid, we will also have grid template columns. We will repeat three times because we have three divs here. Auto fit, and second argument will be 10 rem. And right now we won't have anything, right? Because we need to add class for grid child as well. Class grid child. Here you will add background, or you can say background color as tomato, for example. Border radius will be zero point 0.5 rem, and with that we will also add aspect ratio, and let's see how it looks. So now we have these three grid columns, right? All right. So now we want to add some CSS to make sure that that hover effect also works as expected. All right. What we can do, first of all, we can select class grid and hover. Here you need to change the opacity. Let's make it zero point 0.3, right? And see how it works. Let it be load, and now as you can see it is changing the opacity to zero point 0.3. But as you have already seen, this is changing the opacity of all the elements because I have added opacity on grids hover, not on grid child, right? So what we have to do here, with this we need to add this grid child space grid child using not operator, and in not operator we can pass hover effect. So what this class will do, this will select all entire grid with hover effect, and with this hover effect it will also select grid child which is not hovered, and it will apply opacity zero point 0.3 to those child elements. Now let's see how it's working. So now I'm just hovering the cursor on any of the given element. Let it reload. Yes. Now you can see when I hover on this specific element, it is changing the opacity of other two elements to zero point 0.3. because default opacity is 1, and using this not CSS selector, I'm changing the opacity of other two elements, right? So this is working as expected. So with this here, what we can do, we can add one transition as well, right? Let's add opacity, and transition value will be 300 ms. Now we will have a better effect. See, using transition, it looks fine, right? But this is not the ideal case, right? Not a single website or application will look like this. We will have some gap in between these columns. So to do so, what we can do, we can add grid hyphen gap, and let's add some value, 3 rem for example, and let's see how it looks. It should add some gap between these three columns, right? Yeah, it looks as expected. But have you noticed that when you hover on this space between these grid elements, it is not working as expected, right? If you hover here, it's working fine. It's if you hover here, it is also working as expected. But you hover in between these elements, in between this grid child, it's not working, right? Why? Because what we have done here, we are selecting entire grid here, and entire grid is this part. So if you hover here as well, it will not work as expected, right? So to fix this, what we can do, in our grid, you can use one CSS property, pointer events to none, right? What this CSS property is doing, it specifies under what circumstances a given element can be the target element for a pointer event. So when you use none as a pointer events value, it will disable the hover effect. To be in simple words, to keep the simple words, it will remove the hover effect. As you can see, now it's not working, right? If you hover anywhere in this grid, due to this pointer events none, this is not working, right? And here in grid child, you can also add again pointer events to auto. Now what will be done here, as you can see, now it is pointer events will be auto. It means we have disabled this pointers event here, pointer events to none, and with this grid child we have again enabled pointer events. So when you hover in between this or here as well, it will not run actually the hover effect, right? It will hover only and only on grid underscore child class. So this is why this pointer events CSS property is really useful in such circumstances, right? So this was the pure CSS, how you can add the gallery focus effect using not selector, right? So this is very powerful. If you want to achieve this using JavaScript, it is also simple. But why to use JavaScript when you can do this without JavaScript using pure CSS? Right. Let's add some more li here, more items, and see if it is working. Yeah, it is working, right? When you hover, it's working as expected. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow web developers. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out any update. Do you have any questions or topics you would like me to cover? Drop them in the comments below. Let's keep building amazing web experience together. See you in the next video. Bye.